What is up, you guys, and welcome back again to Ungeek. And today we have another special smartphone unboxing care of our friends from realme. And grabe, you know what? Realme has been outing so many phones this 2020. It's insane. We have here with us the Realme 7 Pro, and this means that this is already the Realme 7 series. Now, the Realme 6 series has only been out, what, 3 months ago? And now we have the 7 series here. Grabe! But before we go and check this out, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so because we're making more and more videos for you guys. I'll be putting the subscribe button below, click that, and then click the notification bell so you know when we out a new video. Now that we have that out of the way, let's go on with the unboxing. Now, the Realme 7 Pro obviously comes in the signature Realme yellow box that we've come to love across all the other Realme devices. When you turn it around, of course, you have key features noted here at the back. Now, when you pop the box open, of course, you're greeted into the family of Realme. It says, "Hey, welcome to the family, and thank you, Realme, for welcoming us every time we open a Realme box." And when you take that carton out at the back, it says, "Let's embrace a new journey." Now, inside, of course, is your jelly case, your pamphlets, your papers, and your warranties and whatnots. Of course, the SIM ejector tool is inside as well. So here it is, guys, the Realme 7 Pro. But before we check the phone out itself, let's see what else is inside the box. Now, popping the box even further, of course, you have the Realme USB Type-C cord here and a really enormous power brick. Okay, so I mentioned that the SIM ejector tool is found here in this box. Actually, it isn't. It's actually here inside. A really cute yellow holder here for the SIM ejector tool. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, that's it. That's pretty much what is inside any Realme device. You do not have any headset, but that's okay. Now, we'll get back on the super large, super dark charger as it says here later. First, let's check on the phone itself. And here you have it, guys, the Realme 7 Pro in all its mirror blue glory. This is the colorway that we've got. Now, I understand there is another color for the Realme 7 Pro, which is the mirror white. So big contrast from the wacky designs from the Realme 6 series. You know, the Realme 6 Pro had that lightning design that we came to love. This one, it's a little bit more subdued. It's called a mirror design, I guess, and it's not as shiny as it was before. I'm not entirely sure if this is a new design approach that Realme is using. They have a more matte cover back design, which is really pleasant to touch, and it is also fingerprint resistant. So this is really good, especially if you're the type that hates, you know, smudges on your phone. You know, you can just do all of these things and, you know, it's not going to mark your phone as much. Pretty impressive, Realme. Now, as far as design is concerned, it is a little bit bare for me, but it does have that premium feel because of how the light refracts on the phone. And you have the sleek band here that runs to the side and over to the Realme logo. And I'm not entirely sure if that's sort of the mirror effect that they're going for, but you know what? Maybe people are more attuned into the whole subtle design feels right now. Now, if there's something to note about the Realme 7 Pro, it's how sleek the phone is. For a 6.4-inch phone, this actually feels really good to touch and really good on the hand. The camera module as well, while it does employ a quad camera setup, is quite sleek. It does tend to feel a little bit smaller than its contemporaries. And as I mentioned, when you flip it over, you are greeted with 6.4-inch of super AMOLED display. Now, this is the first time that Realme is using this on their phones, and we're really excited to see the capabilities of this in this series. Now, there is a caveat though. When the Realme 6 series launched, they were touting it to have a 90Hz refresh rate across their devices. This one, because they did choose to go with a super AMOLED display, had to clock that down to 60. And while it may feel like a step down, 60Hz refresh rate isn't really bad. You can still enjoy a lot of the smooth animations, albeit it's not as smooth as 90 or 120 Hz on some other phones. But you know what? It does still give you a pleasurable viewing experience. Now, display aside, the Realme 7 Pro has this really cute, really small punch hole camera. And according to Realme, they were able to make the hole a little bit smaller than the previous iterations. Hence, this opens up your screen to body ratio even more and give you better viewing experiences as well. And while yes, it may have a little bit of a chin, there is reasons for it. The Realme 7 Pro actually has two speaker outputs. You have, of course, the usual, which is found on the bottom of your phone, along with your USB Type-C and your 3.5mm jack, but it does have another one here on top of the screen. Now, this actually gives you a stereo experience to give you more immersion whenever you binge on Netflix or watch the latest Twice video or just check anything out or play games on mobile as well. Now, towards the side, of course, you have your power button here and your volume rocker on the opposite end. Now, if you're wondering where the fingerprint scanner is, this actually has an in-display fingerprint scanner. So, yup, premium feels for the 7 Pro. Now, for those who love to take videos and photos, the Realme 7 Pro is equipped to rise to the challenge. For the rear camera, as I mentioned, there are 4 cameras here. You have a 64 megapixel 2nd gen Sony IMX682 sensor. You have an 8 megapixel ultra wide, you have a 2 megapixel black and white, and 2 megapixel macro lens. And with this configuration, it should be able to handle a lot of the daily requirements for, regular camera use. As far as zoom is concerned, it can go up to 10 times digital zoom, 5 times optical, but that's about it. However, color reproductions on photos are pretty amazing. And it does have the Super Nightscape mode once again. It also is equipped with the Starry night mode if you want to take photos of, stars. Now, speaking of Nightscape mode, the Realme 7 Pro is equipped with Nightscape filters or night mode filters for you to play around with. Currently, there are 3 night mode filters on the Realme 7 Pro. I don't know if they're gonna add it up later on throughout the years. However, we do love the cyberpunk filter. It does give you that retro, futuristic vibe feel as well. Now, taking videos on the Realme 7 Pro is made easier because of its Ultra Image Stabilization mode. This uses software and pretty much mimics what an OIS ought to do. Now, for those who love taking selfies, there is a 32 megapixel wide lens camera as well. This actually gives you pretty flattering selfie photos, and because of the wide angle nature of the camera, you can take more subjects and fill your photo with more people. Now, powering all of this is Qualcomm's mid-ranger of choice, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G. Now, we've actually seen this already in previous other phones. You have the Realme 6 Pro and you have the Oppo Reno 4 that uses the same chipset. So we more or less know how this chipset works and what it is capable of. And because of the 8 gigs of RAM configuration on this device, at what we have right now, we were able to play a lot of mobile games with pretty good graphic settings and pretty consistent frame rates as well. Games like Mobile Legends, Asphalt 9, even the recent open beta of League of Legends Wild Rift ran on the Realme 7 Pro pretty smoothly. Now, for those wondering, the Realme 7 Pro does come with 128 gigs of internal memory, which is expandable to 256 gigs via a micro SD card. Now, one of the key highlights of the Realme 7 Pro is its battery. It does have a 4500 milliampere. Nothing really special about it. Of course, it is large for what it is, especially for the size of this. However, it is the 65 watt super dark charging capability that they are pushing. Now, Realme's claim to fame is it can actually charge your entire phone from 0 to 100 in just under 34 minutes. Now, of course, we'll have to challenge that and try it ourselves. However, Realme posed a pretty interesting challenge. They're asking us to do a 7-minute charging challenge with the Realme 7 Pro. What that is and what we'll do within those 7 minutes, you'll know in our next video. So stay tuned for that. If you want something a little bit more lighthearted, a little less technical on, specs and, showing off the phone, stay tuned for that in the next coming days. We'd want you guys to watch that episode and hopefully learn something from those 7 minutes. So give us 7 minutes of your time for the next episode and let's just have fun with that, okay? We'll see you there on the next one. But before we actually say goodbye, as far as pricing is concerned, we do not have pricing during this time of recording. You'll have to tune in to Realme's Facebook page on September 30 at 12 noon when they announce the pricing and other details for the Realme 7 series. So stay tuned to that. And that's it for this really quick unboxing and our first thoughts on the Realme 7 Pro. Now, if you want more stories on this, please keep it here at ungeek.ph. Check our website out. We'll be sharing with you our first impressions and our review in the next coming days. So please look forward to that. And with that, my name is Colin, and if you've watched until this point, maraming salamat po. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Guys, please keep safe, keep healthy, and as always, keep on gaming.